backup, and we have some stories about why it's so important to have a good backup. Aaron has a fun story.
I've got a great story that happened over the weekend. Many of us may have been watching or paying attention to some of our favorite football teams as they battled it out in the playoffs. And as we watched on Sunday, I believe, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cleveland Browns had a fairly good game. And what happened during the game, if you recall, is Kansas City's all-world quarterback, Pat Mahomes, looked like he got banged up a little bit and had to come out of the game. Well, at this point in time, you have to rely on your backup. You have no choice. Pat Mahomes was made to come out of the game, and Chad Henne had to enter the game. What this then played out into was a short comeback by Cleveland, which put some added pressure on the context of Chad Henne and being the backup, which then, if you recall watching the game, he was able to perform and pull through with a couple of great plays towards the end of the game in the fourth quarter that sealed the victory and allowed for Kansas City to take that next step and play this weekend for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. So here in one shiny moment, the whole organization has to be up on pins and needles because their star player was injured, and now they have to bring in their backup option. So how important is it to the Kansas City Chiefs that they had Chad Henne and he was able to perform in a very high situation and do it well to win the game to keep them alive?
Yep. Very. It's a good analogy. The points I generally make to our customers about backing up data. A lot of people don't think they have a backup, but how long is it going to take you to get that data back? Like if in the Chiefs instance, if Mahomes can't play, how long is it going to take them to get someone ready to back up Chad Henne? At least at a minimum of being able to take snaps and call plays. So how long is it going to take you to get your data back so it's usable and worth something to you, right? If your data is backed up and you've got lots of it in the format that it's backed up is going to take days or weeks, which can happen, to get that pushed back down into your system. That backup is okay, but it's not really efficient. So it's definitely a consideration for your backups. Ginny, you want to go through the 3-2-1, and then I'll put in my little monitor analogy.
Well, obviously, the simplest strategy is to just plain old copy your important files, right? And then what files are important? How do you determine that? So the 3-2-1 is basically you need 3 copies of your data. I'm actually looking at my notes here. Isn't that funny? 3 copies of your data, 2 copies being stored on different storage media. So that means, doesn't mean I just copy the file on another file on the same hard drive, right? Because if the hard drive fails, then you lose that backup. So on a different storage media, like an SD card, I have an SD card in my computer that I back up photos to, but I also back up all my photos to, and this is personal stuff, but to Amazon Photos, because if you have a Prime account, this is kind of cool. I don't know if you know that, but if you have a Prime account, you have unlimited photo storage. So 3 places. That's the 3-2-1.
And typically for a business, same sort of strategy that you have, maybe more data, so you have your data on your employees' desktops and the server, right? You teach everyone to save everything to the server. And then you might have a device, like a pack of hard drives, a backup device attached to the server as a local device in your building in case that server fails. And then you save data offsite, typically to the cloud now. It used to be tapes, right? Now typically to the cloud, and that's your third place. Now the good stuff, the good part about having it on the server or your desktop, I use the analogy of your data is like money. So you have money at home, in your pocket, in your purse, your wallet, whatever. It's very easy to get to, but it's not very secure, right? So anyone could, steal your purse, steal your wallet, whatever.
Right.
The on-site storage is kind of like your bank. It's very safe, but not 100%. And it takes a little time to go get it. You need to go online and transfer money, or you need to go actually to the bank and to the ATM and withdraw some money. It just takes a little longer, but it's safer. And then the third one is like if you have stocks or bonds or investments, whatever it might be, that's your online storage. It's very safe. Don't ever feel like storing data online isn't safe, because those people, that's what they do. That's their business. So, they're going to back up and protect and do everything they need to keep your data safe, but it's going to take longer to get it, right? If you have money in a 401k, you need to call your rep or your financial advisor, whatever, and say, hey, I need money from my, for this or that. It's going to take longer to get it. So that's kind of the three levels. The advantages of the disadvantage of that I didn't talk about was the local backup. If you're attacked, if you're hacked and that's plugged into your computer, your server, your network, it's vulnerable to attack. So you have to remember that it's convenient, but it's also, it's still on your network and it's available to someone who's hacked you. So,
Dave, is that considered what an air gap would be, where you remove the device connected to the network?
Online,
Yep.
or like Ginny, you take your card out of your computer, or if you have a thumb drive, an external hard drive, whatever it might be, you air gap it. There's no physical connection between the data
Oh, okay.
and the
I didn't know what you
computer
meant. Okay.
network server.
Okay. Well, and then not only that, but putting it somewhere else other than in my house, because God forbid, what if some natural disaster happened and
Yep.
so that's the offsite part, right?
Yep. And those, be honest here, those devices can fail as well. I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years. USB thumb drives are, I have drawers full of ones that are that are no good and not reliable anymore. So,
Well, I remember back in the day when I went on a trip with my family, I had all my photos and videos on this SD card, and the SD card got corrupt. And I'm like,
Yep.
I didn't have anything. Luckily, I found some recovery software and was able to recover it. But if I hadn't, I was like ready to cry because I didn't have any of the memories,
Yep. And the other thing about the local devices, like can be corrupt, can fail, whatever. But remember when you air gap something, you don't have the ability to. You're not backing it up in real time, right? Now the cloud stuff you can back up, you can push up. You can push up in real time, do backups every hour, whenever you want. So, you went away for a second, Ginny.
Yeah.
So there's pluses and minuses for everything. Storage is cheap these days. You can buy terabyte hard drives for way under $100.
Yeah. Okay, but the last point I wanted to make was, we have disaster recovery plans for most of our VIP customers, and they can be up and running really quickly because of the plan that we have in place for them.
Yep. Up to and including having a virtual instance of your server in the cloud.
Yep.
So that physical device in the back room in your office, dies on you. You push everything up and point to the server up in the cloud, the infamous cloud.
And you're up and running.
right, within an hour instead of days or weeks.
Yeah.
Literally just had that conversation yesterday with one of our senior staff on the virtualization of some of our services and how quickly we could, if there's a site down, maybe one of the branches at a financial institution is down, and how quickly we could spin up a virtual instance of our software and get them back up and running from anything from data management to phone and voice services, all virtualized nowadays.
Yep.
Cool stuff. Especially for us geeks, right? All right. So on that note, you guys have anything to add, or we're good?
There's
Hey? Oh,
there's no excuse not to back your data up,
no, there isn't.
right?
There's so many ways to do it, and it's really not hard.
Especially with people at home, you have OneDrive, whatever, and our customers come to us for it. You people at home, Google Drive, any number of
Google Drive,
OneDrive.
Amazon, you can store documents too. I don't know how much
Yes.
you're allowed to, but I know the photos are unlimited with Prime.
Yeah.
But there's
there's-
many ways. Yeah.
And there's, look, if you have an app you use, if you have a home business or something and you use QuickBooks or something, you can always look to them for
Yep.
help, backing up for a small fee. Look to your vendors or your software providers.
Perfect.
Awesome.
And if
Okay.
you have a actual business area, get your free security assessment at DSTech.net. Dave will go over your stuff with you. So it's free. So
Yep.
get a great day.
Many options.
There are, yes. Woohoo. So check out our website, and we'll see you next week with some other topic. I don't know. We have a couple on the plate. I have like 5 of them all lined up. So we'll pick one and we'll go with it.
Alrighty.
See you later.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Have a great day.
See ya.
You too.
Thanks for watching, Andrew Hughes.